There we go.
Hey.
All
Start
right.
it
Yep.
up.
We're live. So, let's see. We're live. Make sure everyone knows we're fucking on right now. Put at everyone. So, shit. Let's get this started. It's week 4. We got J Rock in the bitch. Vice City. Black Hippie. You can be in this bitch with us all night. Schoolboy Q. So, what we really want to address this week, we're going to look at the divisional races. Um, might might throw a pound for pound scrub of the week at you guys. We had someone that did some extraordinary things. We also need to look back at week 2 through week 3. We're gonna look forward to week 5. We got a lot of shit to go on the schedule tonight. Um, but I mean, we do have something that is much more important and holds a lot more prevalence than anything that we're doing in the league right now. Um, on a real note, I know it really doesn't mean that much. It's just words. But we just want to let Nick Lip know that we got his back. Shit's fucked up, but we just want you to know that we appreciate you being in the league. Take as much time as you want. That's from all us admins, everyone else of these core players that are in the league. Just take your time. We want you to be in here, and we can't wait to see you back. With that, Acid, you got anything else you'd like to say to intro into the Squadcast? I know we got the Bills in here today.
Just just sending out some love to the family of the Raiders, man. I think all of us. There's really nothing else we could say, but uh, do what you got to do, and you know, if you need us, man. We're all here for you. So
All right.
I think we got a couple guys in here. I know we got one guest, and we got our third wheel, so to speak. You guys want to
We
say a little
got
hello here?
we have the Sly Snake himself. Savage, you want to say anything?
What up? What up? What's up,
Uh,
guys? It's been a long time since I've been on the podcast. So,
so gives you a
see how
warm,
this
fuzzy
goes.
feeling having you back in here. Um, we could beat around the bush. We could talk about a few other things, but since we got you in here, let's talk about the Broncos calling you out for that Week 1 matchup and the turmoil that's followed and the path of destruction that you left in your wake to retake that AFC East.
But I mean, like I stated after the game, uh, Carlos, the Browns user, is a good user. We all know that. I think he's lost what 3, 4 games in a 4-year span. Um,
All to his brother, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, 90% of his losses come to fucking the Bulldogs, aka the Chargers. But yeah, it's a good user, man, and coming off of the off season, not prepared, new offense, new team, kind of didn't come prepared, and that's what happens. You don't come correct to somebody who knows the ins and outs. You're gonna get fucking steamrolled, and that's exactly what happened. Rookie quarterback, not so saucy Reeds, as he's known. Uh, wasn't ready for prime time. The lights were too bright, and he didn't know how to handle himself. So, but
But
I feel like
but
we're
it,
on track now.
that's what I was gonna say. It seems like he's been able to uh, just pretty much find himself in that offense
Bounce
and
back.
really just bounce back. Exactly, Acid. Bounce back. Um, and I mean, when you look at the AFC this season, you have a lot of your top dog teams back, but I mean, there's a little bit more parity going on. And if you're just gonna look most recently, I believe it was let's see, week let's see, week. Damn, I got so much shit here. It was in week 3. The Texans and the Jaguars had a really good game. The Texans are looking to have a bounce back year. The Jaguars are looking to reassert themselves in the AFC South. The Colts are having a really good season. They just beat the Eagles in a really close game. Um, so, AFC, you got a lot more teams that are showing up and giving these number 1 teams closer games. But top 4 teams are still the top 4 teams in the AFC right now. But if you look towards the NFC side of things, you have a division that's wide open, and then you have the other divisions with 2 top dogs really fighting it out. I mean, the NFC East is a little more muddied right now, but the Giants are really putting on the heat. Eagles just lost a close game, as we just stated, against the Colts. Really opens up the floodgates for the Giants to try and make a push against the Cowboys here. But, I mean, there's a lot of things that have led us to this point. You want to help me go over some things that happened in the past weeks, Acid? Especially with these new users?
Honestly, I've been waiting to kind of talk about the reemergence of the best division becoming, well, basically getting the best division title back.
Uh-huh.
The NFC East kind of stole it for a year. I thought last year they had by far the coolest storyline with all 4 of those teams. Giants, I think they're getting their
They're
act
finding their
together this
footing,
year, but
yeah.
they had 3 really good teams last year, and it sure looks like the AFC North is coming back to that kind of realization of a powerhouse division. And I've been kind of waiting to talk about this, but is it me, or is the Bengals undefeated and there is no name of Chef being the owner? So it's nice. It's nice to see a new guy with the Bengals taking the parts there and doing something good.
With AJ Green going down to injury, you made a very important point when you brought that up. I believe he went down in his first game, and he's undefeated. He came back and he won the game with AJ being hurt. And he's traded both his quarterbacks away. He's getting Tyrod Taylor. I'm not sure how I feel about that as an organizational move, but when you're 4-0, who am I to say anything?
Maybe it is Chef. Maybe we don't know. It really is Chef because the guy is trading like Chef used to, right?
Yeah. I fully see that.
Trade away your starting quarterback, your second-tier quarterback. Now you're down to, Tyrod Taylor, which, somebody in this chat knows all too much about Tyrod Taylor, if I might say so myself. Buffalo. You want to take it from there?
Yeah, I love Tyrod Taylor. He's the most.
Yes, you sure do.
He's good for what if you use him properly.
If you could give the Bengals one tip for Tyrod Taylor to make him better, what would it be?
Use him properly in this game. Don't try to make elite throws with Tyrod. He has a little cannon.
Play within your means.
He has speed. He has speed, so that definitely throws the defense off. They have to cover that. But don't expect Aaron Rodgers accuracy, Tom Brady accuracy. So we should. And I know the Bengals came in. He has a good passing game. Amari Cooper and now Perryman.
Well, if I recall right. He was really trying to trade away some offensive weapons because he said he's more of a defensive-minded user. So for him to come out and perform so well with some key guys going down, making trades, it really puts him on notice, and it really, not to toot my own horn, but I believe I did call the AFC North was going to produce one of our wild card teams in the AFC North this year. So, I mean, that's kind of panning out.
But you got to ask yourself.
Maybe
this is what I think about the situation was it more? And he said he's more of a defensive guy. So was that the receivers, or was that Brad Thomas, the 1-year quarterback, doing his thing? And now that you trade him, is that success still going to be there?
Personally, I think that Brad Thomas was a lot of the reason for that success. I really put some time and research into that quarterback when he came out of the draft, and I drafted my other guy at 6. I believe he went 12th in the first-year draft. Really good quarterback, had a little bit overall better deep accuracy. His arm might have been a little less. He might have had an 89 throw power when he was drafted. But overall, really consistent across the boards, and I think he had some legs, like he could move too. So, I mean, yeah, it's surprising, but, I mean, you're a new user. You probably want to make some moves, switch some things up. I mean, I can see it, I guess. But when we're on the note about new users, we have a couple things to discuss when it comes to new users, and mostly just the new users themselves. The Jets user left. New Lions user switches to Jets. Lions were then filled. That was as of week 2 or week 3. I think we got Carnes in as the Jets, the new Lions user. He's doing better than any other Lions user we've had yet, despite a depleted lineup. Shout out to him, even though you're trying to get rid of Dadford. I don't know why you're getting rid of the Dadford, captain of the comeback.
And
Also,
if anybody has friends from London, we'll just throw this out there. Any
don't
London
fucking add
friends?
them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. We have
Unless
no
they're
problem
willing to
with the
play
guy.
in the middle of the night and work a third shift schedule. But all I'm saying is we have a hard enough time meeting schedules up with people that work third shift and second shift and shit. How the hell we gonna link up with someone that's 8 hours on a different time schedule? Or like, I don't know if it's 8, it might be like 6. But still, like, that shit's ridiculous. And I mean, I appreciate us giving the guy a shot, and it's awesome that he wanted to play with us, but that's just a little too much considering we advance 3 times a week. If we played 2 times a week, I think it would be more manageable, but for someone to like try and play at like 4 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning 3 times a week and be consistent with it, I just don't see it really happening unless there's some kind of meth tweaker. But when
Yeah, there's no way.
if but we have some other news too. The Kansas City Chiefs, he's an 810 guy. He's leaving the league, but he may be subject to return at a later date. He's always DJing. He's on the road constantly. He's in other leagues. So I can see why he would be MIA for a while. Who else? Oh, yeah. Apparently, Teacup, there's something going down in Miami. Something going on inside the organization. We haven't really heard too many tips on what's going on. But the rumors going around is he's looking to move some money to some offshore accounts, but it's from the Scrub Squad League shared revenue. So we're gonna have some investigators look into the situation. It seemed like he was trying to bail ship and blame it on some sliders. So we're really
I feel
interested.
Like I'm getting a raw deal here. I haven't seen any of these funds that you guys are talking about. You know, being a regular on this podcast, I should be getting paid for my time. You know?
Well, I think it goes based
there's
off
a-
of.
there's
I
a-
think it goes
there's-
based off of wins. I think.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. That's
There's
So
win
percentage of
incentives.
money.
That's why I'm
So what
broke.
you're saying is I owe money to the league, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
But there's no interest, no.
You have negative
They're
bank
not. They're
account.
not too much of a dick. But no, we do have a lot of new users, and we just want to say if you ever have any doubts, any questions, reference the rules, and if you feel like the rules aren't answering your question, or there might be a gray area thing, we got a couple different admins. Shoot us a DM. Usually we're not too busy. We can get back a hold of you fairly quickly, or direct you to someone that can. So yeah, ask questions. Questions are appreciated, and yeah, pretty much just be a fucking stand-up dude. Don't be an obey. Also, I believe we didn't really touch this yet. The Browns, wasn't their quarterback leading the league in completions as a rookie? And
Yeah, 0 interceptions.
0 interceptions until he played his brother. And I heard some things got kind of salty, some smack talk went down, and I think 4 or 5 interceptions were thrown. So if you're Carlos right now, is that why you didn't want to be on the podcast tonight? Were you just a little humbled? You want to go quiet? You want to surprise everybody? Carlos, we're calling you out. Want to see what you
I
got.
think Roger Goodell of our league has been avoiding the podcast because he doesn't want any, Tom Brady, Robert Kraft treatment. He just rather kind of keep a separation from the league in that regard, at least.
Yeah, but
No,
I just
Carlos
gotta
is
give
cool.
I just gotta give him a hard time.
If it wasn't for him, we would have never made it through season 1. Let's be
Yep.
honest. With
Yep.
all the drops and everything.
And all the
gotta
contract
give him his props.
signings, exactly.
Oh, God, yeah. Talk about that.
So, I mean, we've been jumping around here a little bit, but
So we talked about some of the new users.
Yep.
I mean, divisions are pretty much in the AFC. It's pretty much still the top dogs are top dogs. I know we said we got some new blood in the Bengals, who's I believe 4-0, kind of snuck by a very beaten down Titans team, and I gotta say that one
I feel
he
like
snuck
that's
by
gonna,
on the
that's gonna be our scrub of the
Really?
week call out. Unfortunately, I was watching most of that.
No.
No, I gotta do it though because I thought you were gonna beat an undefeated team